Iodo at your service. In today's video I'll be telling you about what bushcrafters call fatwood, and hopefully I'll be showing you how to find some. I'm well aware that a large number of my subscribers will probably already know this, and this is not going to be new to you guys at all. But for those of you who don't know, fatwood is a way of starting fires. So obviously I probably can't strike a spark onto fatwood using a flint and steel, but using a ferro rod you can. And because it will burn for longer and it will be hotter and more sustained, it's much easier to get a fire going with fatwood than it is with ordinary wood. So before we go looking for some of the stuff, I'll have to see if I can show you its benefits. So first, what is fatwood? Well, it's quite simple really. Fatwood is the bit of a tree where all of the resin collects, and in pine trees mostly the resin is flammable, so obviously the more resin you've got in the wood from the tree, the better it'll burn. So I was going to demonstrate what fatwood is with some that I'd actually found today, but then I didn't get time to make that bit of the video yesterday, and now it's the next day, and we accidentally burnt the fatwood that I found yesterday in the evening when we were making a cup of tea. So what I've actually got is some I found in my bag that I brought with me that I may have bought and I may have found somewhere else, I don't know. But hopefully I'll be able to demonstrate why fatwood is a good fire starter. So what I've done is I have got a heap of fatwood sawdust. Now, I've just tried to do the exact same thing with non-fatwood and had absolutely no luck. I don't know whether it's because fatwood is harder or denser, but I couldn't even make decent scrapings out of this, and then it hasn't burned. But then it turned out that the camera wasn't on, so whilst I've been talking to you, it started to rain because it's Scotland. So I'm hoping that I'll actually be able to get this to burn at all, and if I can't, oh well. It's being a bit reluctant because it's wet. Yep, there we go. And it's burning. So we'll see how long this burns for, because that's the impressive part of fatwood. It burns hot and it burns for a long time because it's the resin burning, not the wood. So if you can build a fire with that at the centre, it gives you a decent piece of tinder to get your fire going, even if the wood is damp. Still burning. Not bad. Let's take the wood saw and go for a wander and see if I can find some. When you're looking for fatwood, now my disclaimer, I'm an absolute beginner because I don't really live near any forests where I can practice this kind of stuff. So there are loads of other much better videos about how to find fatwood. However, I'm just going to tell you what I know. And what I know is that what you're looking for is essentially anywhere where you've got dead wood, where the resin might have run back towards the tree as the wood has died. So then it will pull up and the wood will be much more saturated with resin. So let's cut a branch off this dead tree and see if we find any fatwood. Okay, so what you're looking at doing is cutting off the branch as close to the tree as possible, because obviously the branch is sloped downwards where it's naturally growing out of the tree before the tree fell over. So what will happen is the resin will run back towards the tree and it will sit in that little bit at the bottom. So if there's going to be any resin, it will be in the bit right up against the tree, so maybe only this few inches. So what we've actually got here is a really nice piece, probably one of the nicest I've found in this forest so far. So I've done quite well with the whole showing people how to do stuff thing, even if it is only by luck. But What you're looking for is the wood being much darker than normal wood is whilst it's still dry. So this is quite dry because it's light, and it's a lot heavier at this end than it is at this end, and the wood is a very nice golden colour, so that is the resin being in it. And if you smell it, it smells kind of like turpentine, so that means we're onto a good thing. So apart from having forgotten part of my tripod, so I've had to balance the camera precariously on the top of the plate, I'd call this video a success. I have found some fat wood and I've told you what it is, so that I think is my first bushcraft video ever. And thank you so much for watching. I hope you found this interesting or possibly useful, and I will see you in the next video.